Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
What is up, guys? Yes, we're kicking it old school here with the iPhone 5 versus the newer Samsung Galaxy On5. Now, why am I doing this comparison video, you might be asking? Well, some people go on the used market and buy iPhones. For example, this fair condition one, a little bit beat up, broken power button, might find one for about 90 bucks because they just want to play with iOS, and iPhone 5 is still getting iOS 10 and all the cool new features, pretty much, except for like Raise to Wake. But the Galaxy On5 is around the same price and you get Samsung's newer UX as well. So do you want to go get a newer, cheaper Samsung? And guys, this reminds me of the Galaxy S2. This is like Galaxy S2 brought into 2016. Or do you want to go with an older iPhone? Well, let's see how these guys compare here really quickly, as they do come in at a similar price point. So let's not waste no time. Let's get into this. So I do have to do this bootlegged style with the lightning port here because this power button is broken. But let me try to do this as even as possible. It might be a little bit off. This is not scientific, but let's go. And you can see that was pretty close, to be honest with you. Let me pull this out now. It doesn't need it anymore here. Pull that out of the way. Let's see which one gets there first. My guess is going to be the Samsung Galaxy On5. Now this does have an Apple A6 CPU with 1 GB of RAM. This does have an Exynos 3475 quad-core CPU with 1.5 gigabytes of RAM, but it seems like there's only about 1.3 available to the user. So let's just say 1.3 gigabytes of RAM here from my testing. Now the iPhone 5 here did lose the boot up, so you can see right there. But while we're waiting on the iPhone 5, let's go ahead and go into settings on the Samsung, and let's see iPhone 5 slightly behind. I'd say about 5 seconds behind. Nice stuff, Samsung, because Samsung's cheaper devices usually don't perform quite as well as their more premium devices. But we're gonna go ahead and confirm the versions they are running. I believe they are both running the current versions on respective platforms, on each respective platform. So actually not the current version on the iPhone 5, but that doesn't really matter too much. That's only a slight, fix. 9.3.4 on the iPhone 5. I'm gonna update it to 9.3.5 soon. And over here, we do have Android 6.0.1 Marshmallows, so nice treat over here for the Samsung. So you do get the latest and greatest Android operating system here if you do decide to pick up the Galaxy On5. Let's go home and let's not waste no more time. Let's get into our favorite thing, the application test, to see which one performs better. Now, let's get into the Play Store and the App Store. You can see everything is closed. I do gotta confirm one thing, because some people think that this is not a fair test sometimes. If we do go into developer options, I do tweak this sometimes, and in the past I've left it on 0.5, and some of those tests, weren't entirely accurate because of this, but you can see 1111. So default settings out of the box. Let's go into Play Store and App Store in 3, 2, 1. See which one gets there first here. Samsung's phone is there first, looks like it, and then slightly behind is the iPhone 5, but the App Store seems to be more smooth than the Play Store on this device. So give or take, a little bit faster, a little bit smoother. Let's go into Calendar. You could see the Samsung device and then the iPhone 5. Let's go home. Let's go into Calculator, Samsung device, and then the iPhone 5. This is actually a little bit shocking. I thought the Samsung wasn't gonna beat this iPhone 5. Let's go into settings here. And that was the iPhone 5, a little bit of a delay there on the Samsung. But when you do tweak this to 0.5 animations, then it really does, even perform even better. Let's go into Twitter. And let's see which one gets there first. Looks like the Samsung getting things set up for the video. That was actually this video. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. I'll leave the link down below in the description. Looks like Samsung did win that one. Let's go into Spotify on both. I want to jam out to Spotify once in a while. Let's see what we're gonna get here. Samsung once again. So Samsung is winning across the board here. So very nice performance here for a $100 device, if you ask me. Because I thought the iPhone 5 still performs pretty well. So we're still waiting on the iPhone 5, and then we're gonna go home here. And let's go into Instagram. And that was a winner on the, Samsung for YouTube. So once again, Let's go to my Instagram page. So this is my Instagram page. You guys can go follow me here, _Nick_Ackerman. I got it down below in the description. Some of my older, links didn't work, but I do post stuff here. You wanna go check out like some tech and stuff, things that I be posting about in my daily life, a little more personal. I probably get back to you guys more frequently on here if you comment on my Instagram, because that's a more personal place to be. But let's go ahead and go into weather on both. And it looks like the Samsung won there. Now I wanna go do something really quickly because I know people are gonna say, I see something updating in the background. Let me go ahead and make sure that stops doing that because people are gonna say this is not a fair test. I'm just gonna delete YouTube out of here because we don't wanna do no more updates right now. Let me just delete the CSR. I know people are gonna be like, well, that one was updating, it's not a fair test. And that's because Apple likes to update things in the background. I know you could, fix that feature, but give me a second here. This thing is just acting up. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so no more updating is going on. I still don't believe that's gonna hinder performance at all. Let's go into clock here. And you can see Apple was slightly quicker on the clock there, so nicely optimized there, Apple. Let's go to Lightroom. Looks like the iPhone 5 was faster there to Lightroom. Let's go home. Let's go into Amazon. Looks like Galaxy On5 there to Amazon first. Let's go into eBay. Let's see what you got on the eBays. eBay first there on the On5, and then showing content afterwards on the iPhone 5. So downloading that app in the background was not making any performance difference. Let's go into a Pi Geek here. I didn't even notice that till we were about a little bit ways into this video. So let's see what happens here. Galaxy On5 once again. Let's just play a game here really quickly. We'll wrap this video up shortly. Let's go into Temple Run. Looks like I missed a tap there. That's because I got that accessibility shortcut in the way. That's what happens when you got a broken power button. You got to use that accessibility shortcut. So let's go into Temple Run here. And who's gonna win this? I think iPhone's gonna win this one. They're better at games. And yes, it did. It won it by a good chunk there. So iPhone 5 is probably gonna be a better gaming machine, but it's not too much quicker in terms of the other applications, but Slither here. Yeah, iPhone 5 is definitely ahead here on the Slither application. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, iPhone 5 is in there first. So if you want a better gaming machine at $100, go with the iPhone 5. If you want a better, bigger screen and probably just a little slightly quicker in other applications, go with the Samsung Galaxy On5. Let's just do a little bit of multitasking now to see which ones are holding applications in the background better though. So let's go back and start with, let's see, Play Store and App Store. Where did you go, App Store? Okay, right there. You can see iPhone did better there. So it looks like iPhone is a champ when it comes to, so far, when it comes to holding applications in the background. On5 beat it there, so it's 1-1 so far. So these devices, give and take, they're actually pretty similar performance across the board. You could see Temple Run was playing there on the Galaxy On, but about the same, they're both open there, so I'll give that one a tie. Let's go into Lightroom here. You could see iPhone had the way open and then Samsung had to reload. So if you want a multitasking phone, iPhone does it a bit better here in terms of the multitasking. iPhone once again. So I think overall, even though the On5 was quicker to open these applications, if you add in the fact that the iPhone's gaming, plus the fact that it holds applications in the background, better, I would actually have to give the performance champ to the iPhone 5. Even though it was slightly slower opening applications, I think an overall experience, you're gonna have a better experience, and that's not even being biased, that's just being honest. When you're hopping in and out of applications and one has to reload, that can get very frustrating, especially when you're trying to do something quickly. Let's just go to Techno Buffalo and try a website here. That can get very frustrating. So overall, I would probably have to give the performance champ win to the iPhone 5 here. Let's go ahead and go to technobuffalo.com here. Let's go. iPhone 5 there first, and now the Galaxy On5. So in the beginning, the iPhone 5 was a little bit behind. Seems to have shown that it has some, areas of strength. So what is the moral of the story here? Which phone would you want to pick up? Well, if you want a premium feeling device with the latest software, but you can live with the fact that you're not, the latest kid on the block with the fingerprint scanner. And does that really matter? You get the phone for the first week, you probably think about that and you forget about it. You're just using your phone. I think the iPhone 5 is gonna give you a better performance experience, but no customization. It's a grid of icons. What can you do there? If you want theming, if you want a bigger screen, you want a cheap price, and you want modern Samsung look and feel with a faux leather back, expandable storage, but there's one major downfall of this device: 8 GBs of storage only. And actually, I'm almost out of space, to be honest. Even with just these apps, I'm almost out of space here in terms of how many applications you could download. So that might be an issue there. Like I said, if you want customization, you want Samsung, you want a newer, Samsung look and feel at a cheaper price, go with the On5. I think you'll be just fine. It's not the fastest device in the world, but if you tweak down the animations, maybe throw an overlaunch on there, and you got decent Wi-Fi connection, this is gonna be a pretty solid device nonetheless. Now, in terms of the screen, iPhone 5 is gonna take the win. This has 288 PPIs, and this one has 326 PPIs. We're not even gonna talk about the camera. The camera is definitely a win on the iPhone 5. 8 megapixel, 5 megapixel. That's all we gotta say there. That's pretty much gonna wrap this video up of the iPhone 5 versus the Galaxy On5. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys know what to do. Please go ahead, support the channel by leaving this a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and comment down below any thoughts, ideas, suggestions, concerns, future video suggestions. Anything you think about these devices, which one you would go with, drop it down below in the comments so we could chat about that. I can't get back to every single one of you, but I will try my best. If you guys want to, get more personal, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I check those more often than I check YouTube comments. So go over there and have a great day wherever you are. Be sure to be well. Subscribe if you haven't already, and peace.